Okay, definitely there is need for technology, to drive construction in not only Nigeria, in the world. And I think that it has been happening in the West, it's been happening in some parts of Africa, it's happening in Nigeria as well. But is it happening at the rate with which we want it to happen? I don't think so. We can do better. The industry can relate better. But you know how change is? They say the speed of change is directly proportional to the rate of dissatisfaction. So if I am dissatisfied with something, I will push for a change in it. Nigerians, we are known to be, they say we are resilient. That means that anything they throw at us, we shake it and then we move, we shake and move. But I think that we need to keep that aside when it comes to construction and look for solutions and look for homemade solutions that are tailored to our own problems. Because Nigerian problems, we have lots of problems that are similar to, say, Kenya or Ghana, but Nigeria also has its own specific problems, and those problems cannot be solved by anyone other than Nigerians. I believe that they are the best suited to solve our own problems. I would say that technology on its own is used to, improve processes, make processes more efficient. So what you can do in 2 days or 3 days, where you're able to do in a matter of hours or even minutes sometimes. During this panel, one of the panelists was talking about taking off that could be done 2 to 3 days is now done in hours because they're making use of a software. If I can cut that time, why do I have to, do it manually? Of course, I will deploy technology to it. So not only in the table work, what about the on-site work, right? So on-site, we have proper project monitoring, project tracking, progresses that we require on site. Let's even take all of those aside. Let's talk about 3D printing. 3D printing is something that is happening where you can build houses in a matter of days. This is something that takes us months, before. So if you can do that in days, with the 20 million deficit in housing in Nigeria right now, I think that Nigeria needs 3D printing like yesterday, for our housing, for our construction. So. They had better not run anywhere. I would say that I am personally I'm privileged to fall within that age range of people that are not too old to appreciate technology and to use and appreciate technology, and not too young to say that my whole life has to be revolve around technology. But I have children, right? And I have children who are definitely interested in technology. Every child right now has a digitized mind. There are things that we still think about manually sometimes. And this new generation, the only solution they know are digital solutions. And so you find them, teaching them, learning, whatever it is that they want to learn, but from a digital point of view. My son, for example, has to do technical drawing in school because, with the board and the T-square and all of that. And he loves drawing. Anytime he does any machine drawing, he's always excited and he comes to show me. But if the school curriculum could be changed, because these guys do computer courses in school, the time they spend doing their computer courses, if someone can open AutoCAD for them and just begin to pick their interest at that stage, I tell you that most of these guys are self-taught when it comes to software and apps and all of that. They do not need anything more. The curiosity in them will naturally drive them to become to become very tech savvy. And the more tech savvy they become, the more they see problems. The more they see problems, the more we find solutions. So I think that, tapping the young generation at age 14, 15, 16, we're going to create a new crop of thinkers that when they enter the universities, the lecturer's work is done already, because they will be the ones. I know that those guys are very smart and very confrontational. They'll be the ones telling their lecturers, sir, I think we can do it this way. I think it can be better done this way. So tapping them young, catching them young is really important. And then for those of us that are still, learning, or whose brains have have become a bit soggy, we should not stop learning. We should not stop learning. The young guys in the industry right now, those of us that are in the middle band, we should always try to move along with what is happening out there, because whether we like it or not, the world is competing on the same stage. There's no separate stage for the West and no separate stage for Africans. We are all competing on the same stage. So we have to also help the tech savvy guys to find the problems, so that they can be the ones to find the solutions that we need. We can have plugins that are going to be just like TECHSTRUCT does. We can find plugins that are going to be compatible with the existing softwares that we have. We can have different solutions for. I mean, everywhere you go, there are myriad of problems. So let's just continue to be solution driven, and we will get there.